अंजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। क्या पता नहीं, साइन नहीं हो रहा। अक्षस। Okay, we were discussing gurus. We were discussing Shravana Guru. So we are trying to find the different proofs for the various gurus actually. Shravana Guru we started. So for Shravana Guru, what is the proof? Shabde Brahmani. Yeah, Nishnata. Shabde Paracha Nishnatam Brahman. Nupashamashrayam. Next Anucheda 203. Atra Brahmavaivarte Visheshaha. Vakta Sarago Nirago Divida Parikirtitaha. सरागो लोलुपः कामी तदुक्तं हृत्न संस्पृशेत् उपदेशं करोत्येव न परीक्षां करोति च अपरीक्षोपदिष्टं यत् लोकनाशाय तद्भवेत्. Yes, sir.
In the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, it is said that there are two kinds of speakers, passionate and the dispassionate. Passionate speakers are lusty and greedy. Their words do not touch the heart. Without careful study to determine the truth, a passionate person gives instructions. Teaching without careful study brings the destruction of the people.
Yeah. So there are the two types of the speakers, Saraga and Niraga. Dividaha parikirtitaha. Saragah lolupah kami. Taduktam hrut na samsprashet. So there are the two kinds of speakers, Saraga. That means who has Raga in their heart. That means some attachment for material things. So whatever they speak, and also Lolupaha. That means he is Lolup. That means greedy. And also Kami, he is lusty. Taduktam. So if whatever is said by him, Hrit na sansprashet, that will not touch the heart. Upadesham karotyeva na pariksham karoti cha. And also, he always only speak, but he will never take any examination. So, aparikshopadishtam yat lokanashaya tad bhavet. So that means without taking exam, whatever is taught, that is going to destroy the entire society. Teaching without examination is nothing but what? Is a destruction for the society. Brahmavita Puran is saying, so if you teach and if you don't take exam, then what? It is going to, that kind of teaching is going to destroy the entire society. Like that. Upadesham karoti, na pariksham karoti. परीक्षा नहीं करते हैं. उपदेशम करोति, परीक्षाम ना करोति. Pariksha means examination. That means he is teaching, but he is not seeing how nicely it is understood by them. Pariksham na karoti. परीक्षा कौन करते हैं? टीचर करते हैं ना. So उपदेशम करोति, teaches. Pariksham na karoti. Yeah. So what is written there? Without examining the without examining उपदेशं करोत्येव न परीक्षां करोति च.
It gives instructions, but does not test the student.
Who wrote?
Babaji.
Babaji wrote, na? Okay, good. तो कि चलो बाबाजी चलेंगे. It's clear actually. Upadesham karoti, pariksham na karoti. then only that will be destruction for the society. If you don't examine the student how much he received, then what will happen? Then these people, without properly understanding the subject matter, they will teach to some other. Then they will destroy the complete society. So that's why pariksha is very important. So till 150 we took exam. Till 150 anuchedas we took. Another now just recently 50 we finished. For the coming 50 anuchedas, that means covered 50 anuchedas, 150 to 200. You are going to have exam. Pariksham karoti. No. So please, you people, please. Question bank I will send, prepare for that. So, apariksha aparikshopadischam yat lokanashaya tad bhavet. That means just we are seeing some kinds of the gurus. They are only teaching and not examining. Kincha, moreover, kulam shilamacharam avicharya gurum bhajeta shravanatyarti sarasam sarasagaram.
The dispassionate speaker is described in the following words. One who desires to hear the truth should approach a bona fide spiritual master, whose words are like nectar and who is like an ocean of truth. He should not take into consideration the spiritual master's family, disposition, or performance of Vedic rituals.
Shravanadyarthi. Shravanadyarthi means who desire to hear, who is begging to hear. Shravanadyarthi. So what he has to do? Shravanadyarthi bhajeta. That means he should worship Gurum. He should worship Guru. Kulam Sheelam Atha Acharam Avicharya. So what is the caste of the Guru? What is the behavior of the Guru? So what is the conduct of the Guru? So without thinking about this, without seeing this, so the person Shravanadhyarthi Bhajeta. So that means should worship Guru. Sarasam Sarasagaram. That means so that teacher, that Guru is Sarasam. That means he is so eloquent. And Sarasagaram, he is ocean of nectar, or otherwise he is the ocean of all the essences. So that means so Guru is having the Sarasam Sarasagaram. He is a qualified teacher in delivering the subject matter. Then you should not teach, you should not see his caste and so and so. ये तो ये ब्राह्मण नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वैसे नहीं. But he is qualified teacher, then you have to learn from him if you desire to hear. कामक्रोधादि युक्तोपि कृपणोपि विषादवान् श्रुत्वा विकाशमायाति सवक्ता परमो गुरुः. Who is Parama Guru? Yes, Prabhu.
When hearing the spiritual master's teachings, even a person filled with lust, greed, and a host of vices, even a miser and even a person filled with despair will enter the eternal spiritual world. A person who can eloquently speak so this is done is the best of the spiritual masters.
So, कामक्रोधादि युक्तः अपि कृपणः विषादवान् श्रुत्वा विकाशमायाति सवक्ता परमगुरुः. He is Paramaguru, by hearing whom even a person who is filled with the whose heart, who is lusty, who is having so much anger, who is always in the misery, who is miser, such a person also getting the progress. So then that guru is Paramaguru. He is Paramaguru. That means he is transforming the life. So that means we are seeing the Shravana Guru, the Pramana, then how many types of the gurus are possible? We are seeing that. So, evam bhuta guroho abhavat yukti beda bubutsaya bahun api ashrayante kechit. If we are not able to get the Paramaguru, who is Paramaguru? Life transforming Guru. Life, Paramaguru is who transforms life. He is known as Paramaguru. That means even a lusty person gets progress. Not only lusty, so many lusty, greedy, angry, all person gets progress by hearing him. Then he is the Paramaguru. That person is Paramaguru. So if this kind of guru is not available, then evam bhuta guroh abhavat yukti bheda bubutsaya. That means, so listener will be approaching, listener will approach other gurus. Other gurus. Why? Why? He approaches other guru. Why? Param Guru is not available. So wish, that means yukti beda bubutsaya. Reason is to know subject matter with different logics. That means same subject matter, yukti bheda. That means with the different logics, he is knowing that subject matter. Yukti bheda bubutsaya. Bahunapi. That means to know the same subject matter with the different logics, he is approaching many gurus. Approaches. So will approach many other gurus or many gurus. If this kind of guru is there, then done. Everything is. So life is transformed, then what is the need of changing the gurus? But to at least to get that means the subject matter, faith on the subject matter. So we can hear the same subject matter with the different logics from the different gurus. So we are all comes under this. We are not going to we are not this category. Like here, IBM teachers comes under this. We are trying to tell the subject matter bhakti with the different logics. We try to explain subject matter with the different. Maybe we may not bring the life transformation, but at least making you all to understand the subject matter in logical way. Yes. यथा न ह्येकस्मात् गुरोर्ज्ञानं सुस्थिरं स्यात् सुपुष्कलं ब्रह्म ब्रह्मेतद्वितीयं वै गीयते बहुधार्षिभिः.
Although the absolute truth is one without a second, the sages have described him in many different ways. Therefore, one may not be able to acquire very firm or complete knowledge from one spiritual master.
ब्रह्म एतद् अद्वितीयं वै गीयते बहुधार्षिभिः. What it mean? Many sages. Next. Many sages. So spoke on Vedas in different ways. Bahuda Rishibihi, by the sages. So Advitiyam Brahma etad vai giyate. Bahuda. That means Vedas were, you can write like this. Vedas are spoken by many sages in many ways. By sages, that means Vedas were spoken or told, whatever, by sages in many ways. So that's why nahi ekasmat guroh gnanam sustiram syat supushkalam. So that's why one teacher is not sufficient to get the stable knowledge. One teacher is not sufficient because Vedic knowledge is sung in many ways by the sages. To understand that, you need many teachers so that your knowledge will be stable. So that's why there is a need to have many gurus. There is no wrong in the accepting many gurus. Accepting many gurus is not wrong, because to get the more concrete knowledge, you should hear from the many. Because Vedas, many commentaries are there on the Vedas, on the Vedic knowledge, and you have to understand that. So for that, you need many teachers. Like here, we have many teachers. Okay, Spashtam. So that's why Siksha Gurus are, Shravana Gurus are many. Best Shravana Guru is who transforms the life. He is the best Shravana Guru. And another Shravana Guru who is Saragi Shravana Guru. So who is having the lust in his heart. He cannot bring the transformation in the people. Lolupah kami taduktam hrut na samsprashayet. Okay, next Anucheda. This is, in general, we spoke about the Shravana Gurus. Now, we will be seeing the Ruchi Pradhana. Two ways are there, na? Two paths. Vichara Pradhana and Ruchi Pradhana. In both ways, you need the gurus. Without guru, nothing is going to happen. Kya guru? Ka guru? Ka halwa? तो भोजपुरी तो है नहीं इधर कोई. This is Vichara Pradhana. And this is Ruchi Pradhana. Ruchi Pradhana. Here is Ruchi. Ruchi is the entry door. Here Shraddha. Here, what is the need of here, Guru? He will explain how to do bhajan. So, Ruchi Pradhana. Here also Ruchi Pradhan. After Ruchi, here also from here also you can see Ruchi Pradhana Guru. So Tatra Ruchi Pradhananam Shravanadikam. People who has Ruchi, so they also hear or not? They also hear. Example, we are giving the 1526. Narada Muni. Narada Muni is following Vichara Pradhana Marga or the Ruchi Pradhana? Ruchi Pradhana or Vichara Pradhana? Ruchi? Currently? So he is following this path or this path? Narada Muni. This, na? That is. This is the Narada Munis. Not this. He got association, then after that, so by their mercy, he got the Shraddha, and after that, and the association, he got the Shraddha, and then gradually he is progressing. There he got the Ruchi. From there, we are in this context, we are hearing this sloka. After reaching here, this sloka is coming. 1520. Tatranvaham Krishna kada pragayatam anugrahena shrunavam manohara ta shraddaya menu padam vishunvata priya shravasyangamama bhavadrati. Actually, why something is so echoing and I don't know. It's not looking like regular one. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
O Vyasadev, in the association and by the mercy of those great Vedantists, I could hear them describe the great attractive activities of Lord Krishna. And thus, listening attentively, my taste for hearing of the personality of Godhead increased at every step.
Yes. Narada Muni is saying, Aham Krishna Kataha Manoharaha Pragayatam Anugrahena Ashrunvam. He heard, Narada Muni is saying to Vasudev, I heard the pastimes of the Krishna Kataha Manoharaha, which are very pleasing to the heart. So those were sung by those sages, that's Bhakti Vedantis. Then I heard those. Taha Shraddhaya Me Anupadam. That means he heard with very attention, faith. Me Anupadam Shrunutaha. Then what happened? Priya Shravasi Mama Abhavat Ratihi. So then he got the Rati. He got Rati in the Lord. So he has Ruchi. How can you say he is saying Manoharaha? That means with very interesting he heard, with very taste he heard, then he got the Rati. Bhava. Ityad Dukta Prakara. That means in this, here what? They are in the Ruchi Pradhana Marga, from the Guru, they hear with taste. They hear with taste. Taste. But what about the Vichara Pradhana? Vichara Pradhana hearing, is there any example for Vichara Pradhana hearing? Example for Vichara Pradhana hearing. In this, taste is not the important thing. Here what? Analytical analysis. They do analysis. So what is the example for Vichara Pradhana? That is Chatushloki. చతుశ్లోకి భాగవతం. What Chatusloki Bhagavatam is saying? Hmm? Chatusloki Bhagavatam is hearing the Chatusloki Bhagavatam is Vichara Pradhana hearing. Hare Krishna. Huh? Huh? Yeah, Gopi Jana Krishna Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhuji.
you raised hand.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm not sure whether I heard it properly or not. In the beginning, Prabhuji asked a question, Narada is in Vichara Pradhana or then Prabhuji said Vichara Pradhana.
Ah.
And then, but then in the sloka, Prabhuji said Narada has got that, what is that? Manohara. He's got attraction from the beginning itself. So how can I understand these two, where I should be?
Voice is echoing actually. बोलने की ओके उनको छोड़ दे क्वेश्चन in ruchi pradhana marga what happens, that means they hear the katha, hear the sweet pastimes of the Lord, then that will lead to the shraddha. No, that will, by hearing katha what they will get? Taste, ruchi. By having the ruchi, then they feel shraddha. Yes or no? रुचि आ रहा है तो अच्छा ये तो मजा, इसमें तो टेस्ट है, तो that's why they will be getting this shraddha. Then after that they will, what they will do? Repeating again. Their shraddha increased because of this ruchi. This shraddha is based upon ruchi. So then what they will be getting the, that means they will start hearing attentively because they are relishing that. Because of that relishment, their shraddha will increase. So their attention will, then they will, because the ruchi is coming anyway, repeating katha, ruchi. So it keep on going. So they always deriving the taste from that. That taste is the investment for the, so hearing once again. Will they, after hearing this, means katha shravanam, they hear. So after hearing this, what they are doing in the Ruchi Pradhana, they are relishing. Are they doing the mananam? And then after that mananam, asambhavana, vipareta bhavana, smashing. So that means asambhavana, vipareta bhavanas are destroyed. Finally, they are getting the shraddha like that. No. Here, this shraddha is based upon what? Based on the ruchi, not based upon the. So after doing the deliberation, that means they were having the doubt that asambhavana. So whatever they heard, whether Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead or not, I don't accept. That is asambhavana. And viparita bhavana is, oh, Krishna is, no Krishna, but Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This kind of viparita bhavanas are not at all having these people. They only always try to get the some taste, enjoying the Krishna Katha. So that kind of, that means people hearing is, this is Ruchi Pradhana Shravanam. This is Ruchi Pradhana Shravanam. There is no mananam, then mananam and shraddha. That means there is no destroying of asambhavana, viparita bhavanas. They never get actually. If they are getting, अरे कृष्ण को क्यों एक्सेप्ट करना है, तब तो वो रुचि गायब हो गया भी. So what kind of hearing you all do? Ruchi pradhan na? No. With it so taste they hear every day. Bhagavatam you are hearing with ruchi pradhana or vichar pradhana? Rangamay Prabhu? Sometimes ruchi pradhana, sometimes vichar pradhana. That means some pastimes they very tasty, so ruchi pradhana. Some pastimes are so very technical, So they are discussing about the truth. Yeah. So Bhagavatam is having the both kinds of the subject matters. So that means especially 10th canto Leelas, all are Krishna's sweet pastimes. Those are all that will generate the ruchi actually. Increase the ruchi again and again. After hearing, you'll be liking to hear once again. Again, you'll be hearing. So of course, there is also vichara is there. Of our acharyas writing commentary and analyzing each sloka. And also they are trying to establish various facts. That means yes, Devaki Krishna is different and Yashoda Krishna is different. And here Yashoda Maya's love is so much high. And so Devaki is compared to Devaki and Vasudev. So Yashoda Maya and Nanda Maharaj's love is very much high. So many siddhantas they discuss there. So vichara pradhana yukta ruchi also possible. We all do that also. That is also needed or not? Yes, that is also needed.
Just like in
Yeah.
Raganuga Bhakti, one is impelled to practice bhakti based on love.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that, he will not deliberate on the scriptures of the right understanding, but it is always impelled by love because he has yukti and that's why he has come to that stage. So it doesn't mean that he will not use logic to understand the elements and practice of Raganuga Bhakti. There is a deliberation required, no?
Actually, Raganuga, so in that Raganuga actually Ruchi, they don't have, that means they don't do exercise to develop this Shraddha. What kind of Shraddha? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So such a Shraddha, you have to remember, Shraddha is a very vague term actually. So Shraddha of what? That means, so that is very important. So what is the form of this Shraddha is very important. Here, so developing the this kind of Shraddha, so that means Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is we are seeing in the case of Vichara Pradhanas. But this kind of Shraddha is not there. If you remember 2 days, 3 days back, I was explaining the Vichara Pradhana. In Vichara Pradhana Bhaktas, first what happened? Any person is meeting the sadhu. So after that, he is getting the 4 things. What are those? So he is getting some little ruchi on the some form of the Lord, type of the worship, and also some Shraddha in the Katha, and also Katha in Shraddha, and next some ruchi in the Katha. So like this, then after that, Vishesha Bubutsavam. If he is having the doubt, that means, so he logically, that means understand why I have to worship this form only, why I have to do this bhajan only, this type of bhajan only. So then he will be approaching the, so Guru, he can make someone as Guru. So this person, this person, or otherwise some other one as a Guru he will make, and he will be hearing from him. So hearing from him, that means hearing the scriptures. Here Vichara Pradhana means what? They are hearing the scriptures. So with the Upakrama Upasamhara Abhyasa Abhyasa Phalam Ardhapatti Ardhavada Upapatti. Upakrama Upasamhara Abhyaso Ardhavada Abhyasopa Abhyasa Ardhavada Upapatti Phalam. These are these different 6 lingas. So using those lingas, he is trying to find the conclusion of scriptures. So then after that, that means his hearing is not just hearing. So it is a it is heard from the Guru such a way. How it is heard? So through the lingas, through the Tatparya lingas, he will be using. That means Tatparya lingas, that means teacher is teaching the conclusions of the scriptures using the Tatparya lingas. So such a hearing he is doing. Yes? In the Vichara Pradhana Marga, he is doing with such a hearing. Actually. So that means from the Guru, how he is hearing? So he's not just hearing. That means the whole scripture conclusion is what? Krishna. All the scriptures conclusion. So, but how to get these conclusions? Using the Tatpari lingas, Upakrama, Upasamhara, this and so and so. So then after hearing that, then what will happen? So he is doing, next what student is doing? Mananam. He is doing the Mananam. Then after getting the Mananam, then what do you, that means Mananam means Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavanas are finished. Then what will happen? So Shraddha he will be getting. What kind of Shraddha? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever, that means any form. So that form is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is all pervasive. So like that he is getting. So finally this Shraddha terms or transforms into some particular form. It turns into the Purna Shraddha of the, and some particular form of the certain bhajan he will be doing. So then he will be doing the bhajan. That means because actually गर्मी से सब लोग ड्राउजी हो गए, एक्चुअली सब लोग ठंडा हो गए लग रहे हैं, एक्चुअली गर्मी लग रहे हैं क्या? अच्छा ये क्यों? इसलिए सब लोग एकदम ड्राउजी दिख रहे हैं, बहुत कमजोर हो रहे हैं ना, कमजोर लग रहे हैं. अभी ऐसे थे तो कब मई जून में कैसे सुनेंगे आप लोग? हैं? मई जून में कैसे सुनेंगे? अभी से इतना ठंडा हो गए, अभी तो बहुत दूर लंबा सफर है आप लोगों का, अभी तो आगे हैं बहुत. मुन्नुंदी मुसरल पंडग. अभी तो क्या हो गया, अभी तो अप्रैल में, अप्रैल 10 है अभी तो, अप्रैल है ना 10th. इसी से ही अभी इतना class time what? Morning 7:30 to 9. Online if they are okay, I'm also okay. But 7:39 is difficult for me to prepare for my Bhakti Vaibhav or Bhakti Vedanta class. I don't have time. Neither, otherwise we keep at 8 to 10 night. Okay, anyway, leave it. It's not going to happen. Just it's a waste of a discussion. Because they will be having 100 problems. Okay. Online is also having problem. Okay, next. So in this, finally, they are getting the Shraddha in some particular form. Then he will be started doing the, so bhajan, that means bhajan kriya. That means bhajan kriya means what? Hearing the Krishna stories, kathas. Once he got the full Shraddha, then he is keep on hearing. So he may use, that means at that time bhajan, so will he use any brain or not? Logic he will use or not? That means he will use just, that is not opposite to this Shraddha, because already he has confirmation that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just maybe he used this logic, so just to know the details, the Krishna's interest and the types of the rasas and the types of the bhaktis, many things. So to understand, he may use logic. So that logic is using of that logic is not going against to the whatever Shraddha he developed. So that's why here Vichara Pradhana is said. Why? Because of Shravanam Mananam. Vichara means what? Shravanam and Mananam. That means, so hearing the scriptures, so in the form of conclusions, that means hearing Krishna, about the Krishna, so through the Tatpari lingas. So hearing the conclusions through the Tatpari lingas, then after deliberating, then after that, what should happen? Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavanas. So has to be removed. Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavanas towards the accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those has to be removed. If that removal process is happening, then it is known as Vichara Pradhana. That is leading to the Shraddha actually. So this is the main core part. But this is not there in the Ruchi Pradhana. So they are here in the Katha Shravanam. So they don't have any asambhana and viparita bhavanas, but they are deriving the taste. They are deriving the taste. So that means here, what they hear, here the katha means what? In the Ruchi Pradhana, they will be hearing, that means the Srishti Tattva, that means first, second canto, fourth chapter, third chapter, that they are hearing. No. No? Yeah, no, not the. So Srishti Leelas, but what? Ruchira Leelas. Ruchira Leelas. Ruchira Leelas means 10th canto stories. They will be hearing the 10th canto fast tense, not the second canto. So that's why they are hearing the past tense of the Vrajavasis, Krishna. That they are hearing. Huh? What you understood? So next, this is the Vichara Pradhana. So Narada Muni got the Ruchi already. So then that's why Manoharaha. That means what kind of Leelas he is hearing? Kathas. What kind of Kathas? Manoharaha. That means very pleasing to the heart. So such a Kathas is hearing. So then that led to the what? That hearing Rati. So that's why Narada is this case. Ruchi Pradhana. Of course, initially he was having the Ruchi Pradhana, Vichara Pradhana. Then once he got Shraddha and then he developed, he come to the stage of Ruchi. Then whatever hearing is what? Ruchi Pradhana only, na? Huh? Yeah. So now we have to see the Vichara Pradhana hearing. In Vichara Pradhana hearing, what should happen? Asambhavana Viparita Bhavanas has to be so over. And one should hear. That means, anyone is raising hand? Yes. Yes. No voice.
Is the voice
No.
not clear yet?
Not little. Can you speak little closer?
Yeah, is it okay now?
Bit.
Prabhuji, maybe I have mistaken. Initially, we said that Narada Muni is in Vichara Pradhana. So that means after two things I have to get clarified. One is in the beginning stages means as per the shloka, it says as soon as he heard the shloka says that he is in the he started enjoying it, that katha. It's pleasing, manohara. So it means that he has achieved by Ruchi Pradhana, Ruchi, and then he has gone. That means he's in the Vaidi going to the Raga. It is not directly Ruchi Pradhana Marga.
Yeah. Ruchi Pradhana hearing we are seeing. We are not discussing the Ruchi Pradhana Marga, Ruchi Pradhana hearing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And second point, can we say this Ruchi?
Anyway, from in this also, from the Ruchi to here, Bhakti is done based upon the Ruchi only. Yeah. Before that, it is done based upon Shraddha. So here in this Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anardha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anardha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi. So till before getting the Ruchi, he is doing bhajan based upon strength of the Shraddha, which is came from the Vichara. Shraddha is developed based upon Vichara. And then because of this Shraddha, he is doing the bhajan. Then Narada Nivritti happened, he became Nishtha, then he got Ruchi. Then from here onwards, it is also known as Ruchi Pradhana only. Na? Or otherwise, some new, it is also from the beginning also, it is possible, Ruchi Pradhana.
Okay. That means, can we say that Ruchi Pradhana, any devotee gets into, he would have completed his Asambhavana and Viparita Bhavanas in earlier Janmas, and now he has already got to that interested stage.
Yeah.
Crossed over that stage of Anarthana Vritti and Bhajana Kriya and came
Yeah.
up to Ruchi. Can we consider that way?
Yeah, yeah. So yes. Okay, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Where does it say that Narad Muni did Mananam and his Asambhavanas and Viparita Bhavanas are removed?
So before that sloka, you can see in the same canto, 5th chapter.
Mhm. Okay. Once by their permission, I took remnants. It starts from there, right?
So you can see in the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary, actually, he will explain all the 14 stages. Which
Yeah,
sloka,
yeah.
what you have to take, that is explained there.
And then here you're saying he's doing Ruchi Pradhana Shravanam.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a bit confusing to me. Ruchi Pradhana Shravanam is different from Ruchi Pradhana Marga.
Yeah. Ruchi Pradhana Marga, okay. Anyway, in that also, here mainly what we are discussing, Shravana Guru we are discussing. Yes or no? Our main topic is what Shravana Guru. So that means Shravanam can be done based upon Ruchi, and Shravana also can be done based upon Vichara. That we are seeing. So we can take this also as example for the Ruchi Pradhana, Ruchi based Shravanam. This also can take the Ruchi based Shravanam.
Yeah.
Here with Vichara based Shravanam this is.
No, you're saying here also means after that stage, after Shraddha, whatever you hear is Ruchi based Shravanam, right? After Shraddha is established in Vichara Pradhana, whatever you're hearing is Ruchi based.
It's
Shravanam?
not Ruchi based, it's Shraddha driven hearing. Actually here, before getting the Shraddha, whatever hearing, sorry. So before getting the Shraddha, whatever hearing we are doing in Adav actually. So that is, we are there, Shravanam Mananam we are doing. Na? Then Shraddha came. Then after this also is not based upon the Ruchi. He didn't get any Ruchi till now, getting the Ruchi stage. So what is the driving force for hearing this?
Shraddha.
Shraddha. So to get Shraddha also is hearing, na, Shravanam, and also doing the Mananam.
Yes.
Actually, this is really, that means Vichara is happening. Then after that, he is hearing only just, but he doesn't have any Ruchi. He's just hearing. But you cannot take this as example for Ruchi Pradhana. We can take from here. So hearing based upon the Ruchi. Once one get the Ruchi, so from there you can take it as a hearing which is based upon Ruchi, or otherwise who doesn't have any Vichara and just hearing based upon the Ruchi, you can take this also, Vichara Pradhana Margas, hearing.
Okay, got it. So here when we take Narad Muni's example, we are not talking of Ruchi Pradhana Marga. Within Vichara Pradhana Marga, from Ruchi stage onwards, you're talking.
Yeah. Shravanam based upon Ruchi, Shravanam based upon Vichara.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So Vichara Pradhananam Shravanam. So Ruchi Pradhananam Shravanam. That means from here onwards, for them, what is Pradhana? Pradhana is a Ruchi only. Here also, what is Pradhana for them? Ruchi. And here, whatever, before getting the Shraddha, whatever they are hearing, so that is Vichara. Kyom Bhagavan ko, he is having the interest to remove his Asambhavanas and Viparita Bhavanas. So that's why he is hearing. Vishesha Bubutsa. He is having this special inquisitiveness. So to know about why I have to accept Krishna, why I have to accept bhakti process. So Vichara is main. He will keep on, that means analyzing and understanding and going, further hearing. So all of you, what kind of hearing you are doing now? Is Vichara Pradhana hearing or the Ruchi Pradhana? Vichara Pradhana. So in the Vichara Pradhana hearing, Vichara Pradhananam Shravana, that means those who are having the Vichara. So what they do, how they hear? So they hear the conclusions of the Shastra. Example is Chatusloki. Chatusloki is conclusion of the Shastra or not? Summary of all the scriptures. So this Shravanam, hearing the Chatusloki comes under the what? Vichara Pradhananam Shravanam. Because they have to, hearing Chatusloki will help you to understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes or no? What he is saying in the Chatusloki? Ahame vasame vagre. Ahame vasame vagre. कहाँ है ये? चले गए. अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यत् यत् सदसत्परम् पश्चादहं यदते यदेतच्च यो वसिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम् ऋतेर्दं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि. So here in this what happens? Krishna is telling Jnanam, Vijnanam, Rahasyam, Tadanga. Yes, he is telling about the main aspects, main conclusions of all the scriptures. Yes, here Shravanam is the conclusions of the Shastra we hear. Because you want to know what is ultimate truth. In the Vichara Pradhana, first of all, Shraddha, outcome of the Vichara is what? Shraddha. That means what is that Shraddha? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Bhakti is only the sadhana. Bhakti is only the sadhana which can be giving the highest result. These two things you should get as outcomes. So of hearing. So that's why you should hear the conclusions of the Shastra is nothing but the Chatusloki. After hearing this, you accept it? No. You'll be, next what you should be doing? Mananam. You should be doing whatever you heard, you'll be doing the Mananam. So example for Mananam is what? Brahmaji, what he did? So he deliberated, that means deliberating on the subject matter. What is the example for this? So some deliberating, hearing, and after that deliberating on that subject matter. Example is Brahmaji's Bhagavan Brahma Karsnena Triranviksha. What is that sloka?
Bhagavan Brahma Karsnena Triranviksha Manishaya Tad Adyavasyat Kutosto Ratiratmanyato Bhavet.
Yes.
The great
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, please.
The great personality Brahma, with great attention and concentration of the mind, studied the Vedas 3 times, and after scrutinizingly examining them, he ascertained that attraction for the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna is the highest perfection of life.
So he heard, that means Brahmaji that means he got the Vedas. That means Tene Brahma Hridaya Kave. So he heard all the Vedas. Then after that, hearing Vedas, so he went from top to bottom 3 times with full deliberation he did. So first he thought that maybe the conclusion of all the Vedas is karma. Then ruled out. Karma cannot be conclusion. After deliberation, it came to that karma cannot be conclusion. Then after that, he thought that maybe Jnanam will be the conclusion of all the Vedas, but it is also ruled out. Then finally, he got the conclusion that means bhakti is only the conclusion of all the Vedas. So that means he did what he did, Mananam he did. Then by doing Mananam, he got bhakti as the conclusion. After hearing Vedas, he did Mananam, then finally he got come to conclusion that bhakti is only the essence. So that's why, yeah, in the Vichara Pradhana happens like this. If you are hearing, when you hear and you are trying to reconcile that and trying to use that reconcilement to establish Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, to increase your faith in bhakti, to increase your faith in the Lord is happening, then that kind of hearing is known as Vichara Pradhana. But you are hearing and just that is spontaneously, that means increasing, that means you are feeling the taste actually. Then that kind of hearing is what? Ruchi Pradhana. You may have both also. Sometimes you may relishing, sometimes this. What do you like? Ruchi Pradhana or Vichara Pradhana? You all like Ruchi. You all like Ruchi. Very good. But that Ruchi is only for little bit.
It's like when you have a very item which is very tasty, like you like to relish the taste of the prasadam, like kheer or halwa or whatever it is. You don't analyze it too much, what are the ingredients while having, you want to relish it more.
Yes.
So like that, usually Krishna Leela doesn't happen for us.
So Vichara Pradhana Kirtanam, Ruchi Pradhana Kirtanam. That is also important. So you are doing Shravanam, then Kirtan also should be like that. So some teachers are Vichara Pradhana. Some teachers are, they give that kind of delivery. And some teachers, Ruchi Pradhana. Topics also make matter. Topics also makes matter, but how you are seeing that topic. You are studying the 10th canto, but you are trying to analyze that and establish using that. So Krishna is Supreme Personality. You are trying to increase your Shraddha and doing the deliberation. Then that hearing is known as, so that's a Ruchi Pradhana, not Vichara Pradhana. So that means Shravanam, Mananam and Shraddha, increasing of Shraddha is there, then that is Vichara. There is no kind of deliberation and there is no doubts on that. There are no doubts and keep on hearing with the taste. Then that is Ruchi. Simple. These are the examples for both. If you have constantly Ruchi Pradhana and you don't have any doubts, then that is good actually. But after going to the half of there is a river, so you are so enthusiastic, so you went down and you half of the river in middle. Now you got the doubt. So what is that doubt? So I am going right path or not? And this is it right? Are Krishna is really Krishna is supreme. One day came into your life and he is asking such a questions. Hey, kya kar rahe hain bhakti? Ito time pass and this that, and he said. Then after that you also started thinking, अरे क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं actually? पागल हो गया क्या मैं? Because initially based upon ruchi you are doing, and all of a sudden, so you are getting some kind of doubts now. Then what you will be doing? Then those doubts are so making weak your sadhana and your practice. Then that is what is Ganata. You may return back to home, back to pavilion. So that's why very, very important. So you should not be lazy enough. You should not be lazy enough to think that means you should to work on your questions. If you are fully ruchi based, okay, if you get the natural attraction for the bhakti, anytime Krishna Katha is there, immediately you are coming every day, every time half an hour before and sitting. Then that is Ruchi Pradhan, then good. But if that is not happening, so then you don't have any Ruchi. And also you have laziness to clean your samshayas, doubts, your laziness to clean that, then what? You will not be having any progress, because until unless if you don't clean all the doubts in your heart, your shraddha will not be strong. Without strong shraddha, you cannot practice bhajan very strongly. For strong bhajan, you need strong shraddha. Otherwise, you will mix up all the karma, gnana, everything. So that's it's needed. Okay. So Brahmaji deliberated. Then finally he brought the bhakti as conclusion. So this is an example for mananam, shravanam, mananam. This is the parts of the vichara pradhana marga, shravanam, mananam. Then after that, ata tajjata Sri Bhagavati Shraddha. Then after doing this shravanam and mananam, so what happens? Shraddha will be produced. Shraddha is produced. So we are taking one example actually. So one example for hearing and deliberating and finally getting the Shraddha. So for that we are taking one example. Hearing, deliberating and getting the Shraddha. Whose example? So 4th canto, 21st chapter and 27 to 30. अस्ति अस्ति यज्ञपतिर्नाम केषाञ्चिदर्ह सत्तमा इहामुत्र च लक्ष्यन्ते ज्योत्स्नावत्यः क्वचिद् भुवः मनोहरुत्तानपादस्य ध्रुवस्यापि महीपते प्रियव्रतस्य राजर्षेरङ्गस्यास्मत्पितुः पितुः ईदृशानाम तान्येषाम् अजातस्य च भवस्य च प्रह्लादस्य बलेश्चापि कृत्यमस्ति गदाभृता दौहित्र्यादि नृते मृत्यो शोच्यान् धर्म विमोहितान् वर्गस्वर्गापवर्गाणां प्रायेणैकात्म्य हेतुना. So Prabhu, translation.
4:21, 27 to 30.
Yeah, 27 to 30.
My dear respectable ladies and gentlemen, according to the authoritative statements of the Shastra, there must be a supreme authority who is able to award the respective benefits of our present activities. Otherwise, why should there be persons who are unusually beautiful and powerful both in this life and in the life after death? This is confirmed not only by the evidence of the Vedas, but also by personal behavior of the great personalities like Manu, Uttanapa, Dhruva, Priyavrat, and my great-grandfather Anga, as well as by many other great personalities and ordinary living entities, exemplified by Maharaj Prahlad and Bali, all of whom are theists, believing in the existence of the personality of Godhead who carries a club. Although abominable persons like my father Vena, the grandson of death personified, are bewildered on the path of religion, all the great personalities like those mentioned agree that in this world, the only bestower of the benedictions of religion, economic development, and sense gratification, liberation, or elevation to the heavenly planets is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So in this, Prithu Maharaj is trying to establish the Supreme Lord, Yajnapati. Actually, in the Vichara, what happens? So we should establish the Supreme Personality of God. We're concluding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that kind of deliberation should happen. So is happening or not, you see here. How he is establishing Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. You see. What he is saying, there is a Yajnapati. So that means the enjoyer of all the yajnas, and he is the giver of the result of all the yajnas. He is enjoying and he is giving the result. And we have to know what do we have to do? We have to establish Krishna is there, that Yajnapati is there, logically. That deliberation means what? You'll be thinking, oh, these reasons. So that's why he is there. So how Prithu Maharaj is establishing him using that means there are he is the giver of the result of all the karmas, and also he is the cause for this different, that is variegated creation, and this variegated creation is because of him only. Without him, how it is possible? Like in the DYS also, so we see. So that means there is a variegated, this creation is there. There should be some creator. It is not done by you and me. It is not done by the Jada Padartha. So like that, he is deliberating, and then finally, so he is concluding. And for his conclusion, to support his conclusion, he also mentioning the others' opinion also as a reference, like Prahlad Maharaj, Bali, and so and so. So finally, then he says that yes, Yagnapati is there. In the Vichara Pradhana happens like this only, na? So this we'll see tomorrow. How the Prithu Maharaj is deliberating and finally establishing Yagnapati is there. He is establishing the existence of Yagnapati. And he is the cause for giving the results of various karmas. Okay, thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranams, Prabhuji. I have two questions, Prabhuji. One is, you said if we do not get a right Paramaguru to listen to, then we listen to many other gurus and try to establish that Shraddha. But then, Prabhuji, earlier we read that one may be approaching a Paramaguru also, but because of one's offenses in the previous life, we may not be able to get that proper Shraddha. So how do we differentiate between both, Prabhuji? Is it our mistake, or is it that the guru is being attached? How can we come to know about this? And second thing, Prabhuji, if we take too many gurus.
Wait. 1 second.
Yeah.
You are saying that your voice, it was actually we have less volume. I didn't hear. Can you repeat?
Okay.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, you said if Parama Guru is materially attached, then he may not have an effect on our heart. The change will not take place. But earlier we saw that even if you're offensive, even if we take association of the gurus, even if we listen to them, then that bhakti will not sprout out because of our previous offenses. So how can we differentiate both, Prabhuji? How can we find out?
So actually, see what today's first sloka you are telling, that means whose heart is filled with the lust and so and so.
Yes. Two kind of speakers we discussed.
Yeah, two counts, Saraga and Niraga. So that means Saraga speaker, I mean speaker would having the dirt, not the listener. That means if speaker who is having the lust and so and so in his heart, if such a person's preaching or upadesha will not give any effect on the listener.
But I'm asking, how can we find whether it is my offensive mentality which is not enabling me to get Shraddha, or is it the guru's inability? How can I differentiate, Prabhuji? What is that point?
Acha, you are asking that. So if it is happening, that means then you have to do simple. So checking, you go and try to associate the Suddha Bhaktas also, and you are also not getting the transformation there also, then you have a problem.
Okay.
And if you want to test, you bring that means so such a guru, that means whose heart is contaminated, and if he is also not giving any impact on the good devotee also, then he has problem. Checking.
Okay. And it is allowed, Prabhuji, to have many Shravana gurus, as you said. We can hear from as many as possible, because I have heard that always stick to one or two. Don't go for so many, because we will get deviated, because each one will have their own rasa, their own bhava. So I have heard like that. So I just wanted to.
Yeah, see here, before getting this Shraddha, so people many gurus you can hear to get this Shraddha. To get this Shraddha, you can hear from the many. So many gurus, because the conclusions of the Shastra is dealt by the different sages in a different ways. So that's why you can hear all of them. Then finally you can come to the conclusion. So that's why you can hear here. Then after that Shraddha is developed. Then what you will be doing? Sadhu Sangha. Here you are doing the once again Sadhu Sangha under the direction of Guru. And these sadhus should be recommended by the Guru. That means proper set of the. So now you are in the after Shraddha, you are getting the Bhajana Kriya, na? In that Bhajana Kriya, you are associating sadhus. Those should be the sadhus who are, that means suggested by the Guru, your Diksha Guru. Or so because you should always associate with the people, such a sadhus who are doing the same kind of bhajan, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So there also you can associate sadhus as recommendation of the Guru Padashra you will be having here. So, but here also you can hear the different sadhus.
Yeah, before, yes, Prabhuji, initially, yes, Prabhuji, now I got it. Thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. हाँ कौन है? Yes, yes, ले लो.
Prabhuji, about what Mataji asked just now, it is not exactly a question. It's just, I'm just sharing experience.
Yeah.
When we hear in our current situation in ISKCON,
Yeah.
and you already made it clear that we are all in the Adav stage, so we are not even in Shraddha stage. We hear from different, so the recommendation is you hear from different Shravana Gurus.
Yes.
But even here, there is actually, there is a difference, Prabhuji. Even in the presentation itself, there's a difference. And there is, you know, I don't know, I feel personally to just stick with one teacher and learn from that person, because there is difference. Certainly there's difference, even in the presentation of, let's take for example about where the soul came from, and then there's so much debate, and one teacher speaks in a certain way, another teacher speaks in another way, and we are not reading all the, you know, Acharya's books at this level. We are just reading Srila Prabhupada's books, you know, and whatever we hear from teachers, we accept that. And then there's so many teachers, everyone speaking differently. It disturbs the mind, you know.
Yeah, that's why. Why we are associating the various Shravana Gurus to get the firm, that means, so Sthapanardham, that is said, that word is used. So, 1 second. Very good word is used by him. He is using Yukti Beda Bubutsaya Bahunapi Ashrayanti. That means, so Nahi Ekasmat Guru Granam Sustiram Syat. By one Guru, Gnanam is not Sustiram. That means it is not made this stable actually. So for that you are hearing. If someone's hearing is disturbing, then you should not hear them.
Yeah. Okay. That's the point.
But you can hear by which your knowledge is becoming stabilized.
Right.
That is the criteria. If someone's here is not stabilizing, is disturbing, then you should leave them.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they are not speaking. That means why you are hearing many. What is the main important criteria? Yukti Bhedaya. Because the presentation of the logical presentation is important. That's why you are changing the gurus. Someone's logical presentation is not proper and that is not making our knowledge stable, then you should not hear them. Because they don't have.
Another point connected to this, like in a class of there is 50, 60, 100 students, and you hear something which is disturbing or which you don't agree with, would it be, you know, these are all new students who come and they ask questions. And from what I have heard, I'm confident about what I have heard, but the teacher speaking in a completely different way. And I feel sorry for the new students because they haven't heard anything. And it seems like they're just getting misguided by the mood of the teacher. In that situation, is it better to speak up or to just keep quiet to not create any, you know, disturbance?
Yeah. And also Sakalena So nashta parantapa. That means sakalena mahate yogo nashta parantapa. That means this knowledge will be definitely. That means you may try to make the, that means try to transfer this knowledge as it is, but still that means Krishna is saying in the 11th canto. So Krishna told to Brahmaji, from Brahmaji to the Manu, from the Manu to the Bhrigu. So then after that, many branches. So in these branches, it is completely, even sometimes some branches are sprouting up without having hearing from the proper guru. They started also various branches.
Right.
And then this yoga will be destroyed.
Mm.
That's the property of the this nature. So that's why we cannot expect that everyone will be delivering the perfect. This will be broken.
What is our responsibility? If you have heard properly, should you speak or should you just say, Sakale ne hamata yoga nashtam parantava, what can I do?
We have to try to, so if you have adhikara to correct, then you can, otherwise, so what we can do? We cannot fight. That's depends upon the.
No, not exactly fighting, but at least at least giving my point of view. Will that be like causing a disturbance in the class because the teacher speaking in a certain way, or is it better to just to maintain peace, keep
No,
quiet?
better to maintain silence.
Yeah,
Class,
that's what.
definitely 100%, because in the class it will not, because you, so because someone is like that, then it is better to be silent, and you can go personally and discuss, especially in the class. If you try to show something mistake in the teacher's point, then the teacher will not accept, actually ego
Yeah,
will be.
that's there, but what about the students, who are asking genuinely? So that's not really our responsibility as a student to say anything there.
Yeah, Madhuri, actually, you see, nowadays many people, they don't know much clarity, actually. Many teachers are giving without proper understanding. So even what I am also sometimes becoming, I know some are not delivering in my place also. But चलिए देखते हैं क्या होगा.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.